As for the convenience of this 600 automobile, well, it begins with a door that holds itself open for you even on hills. Stay checks on the door see to that. But when you want to shut the door, you pull it shut. No need to slam it. Rotary door latches close without effort and actually shake themselves tighter. You start this car just by pressing the clutch pedal without fumbling for a separate starter button. You swing away from the curb without tugging at this steering wheel. You knife through traffic, stepping between and around more cumbersome cars, the way a fast-stepping halfback goes twinkle-footing through his opponent's backfield. And about that time, you realize that the 600 steering system is as new as tomorrow. It's feather light and lightning fast. You've got several hundred less pounds of automobile to turn. And the wheels are turned entirely on free rolling bearings. For that matter, the steering hookup itself is entirely different. You'll appreciate just how different when a fingertip spin on the wheel swings you around in a mighty narrow street. For the 600 has a turning circle of only 33 feet. Now, up to now, driving any full-size car in the lowest priced group, your shortest turning circle would have been 38 feet 2 inches, a difference of 5 feet 2 inches, or more than the difference between making your turn and not making it. Then you ease your big 600 into an undersized parking space. You do it on the first try, and you realize that you'll benefit from its shorter turning radius every time you hunt a place at a crowded curb. But ease of handling doesn't end with the new type steering. Every move you make behind that wheel is an easy one, almost effortless. You're always controlling less weight than you're accustomed to handling, and every control is built for convenience. For instance, you just touch that big horn button any place and the horn sounds off. And as for the instrument panel...
Whoa there, Bill. We know you're plenty excited about your ride in the Ambassador 600, and who wouldn't be? But reach down to the lower edge of the instrument board and pull the hood release. And let's take a closer look at the power plant that sent you skimming over those Westchester hills. The Flying Scot engine. A brand new engine. Yet one that embodies the exclusive features, the precision workmanship that have distinguished the whole Nash line of higher-priced engines. The intake manifold is sealed inside the engine block, so you can use the leanest, most economical fuel mixture winter and summer. It has real full-pressure lubrication, since even the piston pins are lubricated through expensive rifle-drilled connecting rods. Steel strut aluminum alloy pistons keep their close fit in the cylinder, hot or cold. The crankshaft has 4 big main bearings for a satin-smooth flow of power, and the crankshaft itself is balanced by radio, through apparatus which hears and corrects vibration too slight for the human senses to detect. Every one of these features means quality, the money-saving quality which Nash has always built into its higher-priced engines. However, the most spectacular, as well as the most important thing about this new engine, is the performance and economy it gives to the new kind of car for which it was designed, the Ambassador 600. You take a sprinter start from the curb and click through the gears in a crescendo of power. In high gear, you can flash from 10 to 60 in only 20 3/10 seconds, which is just 3/10 of a second longer than that brief pause for station identification on a chain radio program. Now a man not only can push an empty wheelbarrow faster than he can a loaded one, but he uses less energy while doing so. In the same way, the Ambassador 600 can not only outperform all your old ideas of what a low-priced car should do, but it requires less power to do so, because there's no need for wasteful horsepower to haul excess weight. The 600 engine, which delivers a full 75 horsepower, provides a world of get up and go in this automobile. As a matter of fact, there's 1 horsepower for approximately every 34 pounds of car weight. That's for economy, where the average driver, under good conditions, will get from 25 to 30 miles per gallon. That's a positive statement, and it's backed up by positive proof. But there's still more economy and still greater performance at your command. If your Ambassador 600 has the Nash 4th speed forward with automatic overtake, that's an optional extra, giving extra enjoyment. As the 4th speed forward clicks in at 35 and sends you swooping along with engine speed reduced 30% for extra smoothness, then there's also extra performance and extra safety when the automatic overtake swings you past slower moving traffic at a sprinter's gait or boosts you up a stiff grade. Finally, there's extra money saved, better gasoline mileage, for the Flying Scot engine is even more miserly with the 4th speed forward.
John, let me interrupt you, please. To put Nash economy into terms that'll mean plenty to all of us. You can step into a big Ambassador 600 at New York and drive all the way to Cleveland without ever stopping at a gasoline station. You can fill your tank at Chicago and pass up every gasoline pump from there to Kansas City. You can wheel out of Reno, Nevada with a full tank of gas and get your next tank full at Los Angeles. But let's calculate in dollars and cents the savings made possible by the 25 to 30 miles per gallon economy of the Ambassador 600. And let's base our figures on statistics issued by the American Petroleum Industries Commission, showing what the average driver spends for gasoline in a year's driving. Now, here's what we find. If you do an average amount of driving and do it this year in a Nash Ambassador 600, you'll save from $50 to $60 on gasoline alone. However, your savings have only begun. You'll use less oil, for the completely cooled cylinders of your 600 engine keep oil cooler and make it last longer. Elimination of excess weight cuts the costs of tire replacement. The long-wearing Permalux finish stays attractive with less polishing, and since all metal parts are bonderized or rust-proof, rust cannot eat its way under the finish. And the result of these two features is a more attractive car which gets a higher allowance when you finally trade in your Ambassador 600. And all these savings add up to this startling fact. You'll save from $70 to $100 a year driving an Ambassador 600. Then, as a sort of bonus, every night spent in the sleeping car saves the cost of a night's lodging.
Savings like those, Bill, are the full measure of the success of Nash in building a car for America's needs. You know this, Bill. In other countries, you can have either an economical car, which is also a pint-sized car, or you can have a big, powerful, easy-riding car, and that costs plenty. Now, we in America have always demanded big cars, powerful cars, cars fit for this rugged, dynamic land of ours. We've also insisted on comfort, and we've demanded all this at a price which most of us, not just a few of us, can afford. In a word, we wrote up a mighty big order. We wanted everything. Size, power, comfort, and price. And it's well we did, for we challenged the automobile industry in America. And our challenge finally has been met. Met by a new kind of car, which sells in the lowest price class, but is roomier than cars that have sold for hundreds of dollars more. A nimble-footed car that shows us what real performance can be. A comfortable car with features found on no other car in America. A safe car in which we ride, guarded by the girders all around us. Yet, and here is the peak of this engineering achievement, you and I and John Q. Citizen can help pay for our new Ambassador 600s with the money we save by driving and enjoying this new kind of automobile with a new standard of economy. There's a mighty pleasant way to save. For you can begin sticking out your chest with the pride of a man who's been a smart buyer, a fellow who's just a jump ahead of his neighbors. Just 10 seconds after you've signed the order for your new Nash Ambassador 600.